Denji pulls the cord on his cord and leaps towards the Eternity Devil. He fights him, slashing and cutting everything he sees, but he also receives injuries from the devil, who tells him that cutting him is pointless because his heart isn't there. Power goes on to say that if Denji continues to lose blood, his chainsaw will retract. The Eternity Devil mocks Denji, claiming that the chainsaw has grown weaker. Denji's chainsaw arms retract due to blood loss, but he bites the Eternity Devil and drinks its blood. When he sees the agony of the Eternity Devil, even bad-tasting blood tastes good to him. Himeno recalls a conversation with Kishibe at Sahara's grave after witnessing Denji's crazy fight. He who says devils fear devil hunters has a few screws loose. Sahara was perfectly normal, which is why he died. The same can be said for Kanochi, Subaru, and Sasaki. Sane people fear the devil's attack, and that fear strengthens the devil. Kishibe inquires about Aki's sanity, but Himeno responds that no sane person would attempt to kill the gun devil. Later, Himeno asks Aki if he wants to join her as a civilian devil hunter. She explains that she received a good offer and that they will be able to maintain their current lifestyle. Aki is fine with meeting up again, but he is not interested in becoming a civilian devil hunter. Denji then stands up and declares that he has an idea. If he keeps cutting him and drinking its blood, he'll be in perpetual motion. Himeno begins to believe he can kill the gun devil after witnessing Denji's insane behavior. Himeno goes to Aki and lies in bed with him, telling him that everything is over. The Eternity Devil reveals his weakness, claiming it is his heart, but he cuts and kills the devil. The devil hunters depart from the hotel. Denji is clutching a gun devil's piece. He falls because he is happy, but Himeno catches him and realizes he has fallen asleep. Himeno says they'll take Aki and Denji to the hospital, and that Kobeni and Hirokazu should go to the sector. Himeno later speaks with Aki about throwing a newbie welcome party. She explains that Division 4 has never met before and that they can use this opportunity to bond. They may also be able to resolve the issue that Kobeni and Hirokazu wish to leave. They not only fear the devils, but they also probably regret attempting to murder Denji. Aki insists that if they do it, it must be this week because he wants to invite Makima, who will be on a business trip the following week. Himeno is curious about Denji because the devils seem to know something about him. She also wonders why Makima is so concerned about Denji. Makima usually travels a lot, but she's been staying in Tokyo lately, and Himeno wonders if it's because of Denji and if she knows his secret. Division 4 gets together for a drink. Aki observes that Fushi did not bring his fiend, but Fushi claims that it is not as rational as power. Kobeni arrives late, and Makima says she will return later. While looking at the menu, Denji recalls Himeno's promised kiss and says she will give him one when she is a little more drunk. The newcomers introduce themselves, and Denji reveals that he is 16 years old and enjoys eating and sleeping. Hirokazu reveals his age is 22, that he has a contract with the Fox Devil, and that his hobby is haiku. Denji notices that he and Aki have the same devil contract, and Aki explains that the Fox Devil is friendly with humans and has many contracts with devil hunters. When they ask Fushi where his newbie is, he reveals that he died yesterday. Himeno claims that Denji will not die because he is awaiting a kiss from her. Another member explains that Himeno has kissed everyone except the newbies and that she will definitely kiss them as well. Denji is ecstatic because he knows he will be kissed. Makima arrives and overhears Denji, wondering if he will kiss anyone. Then Denji denies it. Himeno then wonders if he still wants her kiss, but Denji says he does. He decides to change the subject and informs Makima that he discovered a gun devil's piece, but she has already heard about it. More devils with gun devil's pieces are appearing, according to Aki, and one has even targeted Denji. He's curious if Makima knows anything about Denji. Makima promises to tell him if he can outdrink her. Himeno then turns around and begins kissing Denji. He becomes excited when he feels her tongue, but then he feels something else. He then notices Himeno throwing up in his mouth. Everyone notices them and begins to laugh. Power adds that Denji has a habit of swallowing anything with nutrition in it, which leads to Denji swallowing vomit. Denji recalls his childhood days of rummaging through trash cans for food. Denji is puking in the restroom. Hirokazu is assisting him and observes that he is good at assisting because his mother got drunk every day after work. He envies Denji because, unlike him, Hirokazu has no talent for devil hunting. Himeno drives Denji home after the meeting because he is unable to walk. He eventually wakes up in the middle of the night craving water. Himeno jumps on him and spits beer into his mouth. She is curious as to why Denji is there and if she brought him here. Denji is dizzy and sick. Himeno assumes he adores Makima. She is irritated that he and Aki both like Makima. She then lies next to him and tells him that they should go ahead with it. Subscribe to the channel for next part.